Hello. Is it the bowman? Oh, baby. Do I have a bowman for you? Look at my bowman. It's kind of cool. My character is pretty powerful. You can do a lot of things. Look at him. Do you guys see it? Oh. Oh. Actually, do I still have my arrows? Oh, no, it's gone. I forgot. So, something I learned. Check it out. I unspec Fade Arc Illusionist, which might seem bad. I go into Horizon Walker and take the arrows. I press the arrow button, which adds arrows to my character. I now have returning arrows. I reset the tree. And I take the dragon back. And now I have charisma to hit and damage. And I have infinity arrows. And then I just have to move this icon so that way it gets its color back. You guys like that pro strategy? Isn't it sick? I love it. It's good stuff. Oh, man. Yeah, it's actually a pro tip. I think I give out a fair number of pro tips during the day and different things, but yeah. Was my cam frozen? Oh, that's weird. Oh yeah, that's totally frozen. Let me reset it. Hold on here. Let me reset the camera. Yep. Okay, it's working. I just wasn't moving. Okay, good. I couldn't tell. I was like staring at the camera and I was like, what the heck? Nothing's moving on the camera. Because it was me that wasn't moving. Anyway. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Stream, your host, Stream Tom. And today we're going to be talking about Dungeons & Dragons? Bow Paladin? I don't know, dude. Today's been it's been a busy day so far, and it's not over. Yeah, just got a lot of different things going on today. So I'm excited to talk about Bow Paladin. Now, the reason why I'm excited to talk about Bow Paladin is because this character is actually better than I expected it. It turns out that having a lot of physical damage through the use of Exalted Smite and Minishot isn't too terrible. And also getting extra scaling off of Charisma from stuff like Divine Might. I know I obviously have a lot because of, past lives. But Divine Might give me an extra +7 to hit and damage on top of my already reasonably high hit and damage plus everything else. Character feels really, really good. Like, really crazy good. And so I've been enjoying it quite a bit. So yesterday I actually had a lot of fun playing Bow Paladin. So my plan is to continue having fun playing Bow Paladin. And it's going to be a good time. Oh, do I just join this Tempest Spine? Nah. Isle of Dread? Oh, shit. That's what I wanted to do. Perfect. I love it when somebody opens up a group for something that you immediately wanted to do in the first place. I made a single adjustment to this character while I was offline. I looked at some of my gear that I had kicking around and I realized I had some Birch Lore gauntlets, which gives Vitality, Devotion, Healing Lore. And the Devotion, Healing Lore is just nice so I can cast Cure Wounds on myself for a slightly higher value, which I kind of appreciate. Hello. I always tell people the hello. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everyone's had a good weekend. And it's a beautiful day outside. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Just chilling. Just chilling. Just having a beautiful day and enjoying the day so far today. Like I said, Bow Paladin's been pretty fun so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to continue to perform. I say it's pretty much only getting better, and I'm sure at some point it'll get worse. I just don't know when that point's going to be. It's always the hard part about these types of characters is like, there's always the break points where your character feels good, and then it starts to feel worse. Or like it's kind of like crescendoing, right? You're like, feels bad, then it starts to get good, then it feels bad, then it starts to get good. And I'm assuming that when it gets bad again, it's going to be Sharn, but yeah, we'll see.
Later on today, I can pass some dino thingers. Low price of $69.
Ooh, $69. Nice. Can I pay you in $69 worth of IOUs?
You approach a group of guards.
It's way better for my budget.
Before the gate. When they see you, they charge forward.
Oh, something important that you might not know about or even care about is that something I learned. So shot on the run
You enter the natural
absolutely
state
does
of
not
motion.
prevent your attack from reducing when you move. It still does that. You can see here 69, 65, 69, 65
Behind it,
by moving.
you see the cursed monolith.
A user as good as cash, so
And a
probably.
powerful statue.
There you go.
You overhear a conversation
Taking that lesson to heart.
and a guard.
I'm just gonna stand over here. I think. Oh no, I need to get closer for. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what the optimal range is for this. I also don't think I'm spending any more enhancement points. I think I'm just gonna hold everything until I get to level 12. I guess I don't have to hold things because I can just spend the points now. Also, I forgot about the fact that I don't have precise shot, so I actually can't shoot the exact target that I want all the time. So I'm gonna be randomly hitting targets all the time, which is kind of funny. Hey, look at that. I'm just crushing shit with this bow. It's crazy, dude.
Mystic barrier shimmers into being and bars you from
It says 10%
any
speed.
field.
Does it not give 10% speed?
Crumbles at your
I thought it does give 10% speed.
The robe hits the ground with a thud and remains still. The crab emerges from the sand.
I mean, if it doesn't, it's still a good ability. I'll take it.
Now is your chance to immobilize the beast. A Kopru officer appears, along with a slew of
Feet, look at the feet list.
Kopru
Yeah, but then that would require me to do like the smallest amount of research to ensure I know what I'm talking about when I make like a YouTube video or talk about the character, which is a pretty big ask.
from the sand. It rears up,
You know,
exposing
instead, why can't I just like assume everything works and do no research and then just tell people the wrong information?
bolt creates
It's always fun, you know.
knocking it off
Misdirection. It becomes like a little game of cat and mouse between me and the viewers. Of like, they don't know if I'm saying the right thing, and I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, and it's a good time. Great question though. Gotta check it out. Also, what's up, HCP? How you doing? How are you now?
and feel a
Ranged
dose of
feats.
energy as the attunement is bestowed upon you.
Shot on the run. 6 range power. Oh, so this is just 6 range power. That's hilarious. Ooh, green pine gauntlets. It's not really a surprise. Oh, what bow am I using? I'm using the nicked longbow. You get it from, where do you get it from? The Shrine Syndicate chain. It's a level 2 bow. I just don't have a better longbow. I'm gonna use the Barovian one when I get it, because it's pretty good. It's a +5 bow. I already have Deadly, and it gives +3 Fire, Holy, and other stuff, so it's pretty good. Plus, it'll also work against Undead, which is important, but yeah. Free bludgeoning, eh? Doesn't the Purifying Quiver do bludgeoning? Or is that only Epic Purifying Quiver? Oh, shit. Where do you get a Great Bow of the Scrag? Does that mean I have to do Great Bow of the Scrag? 3-Barrel Cove? Oh, dude, I'm not doing that. No way. At some point, I'm going to have Morphic Arrows, because this character, as Bow Paladin, will be going into Arcane Archer to pick up Morphic Arrows, as well as Adamantine Arrows, or like Metaline Arrows, as well as the Imbue Dice, because the Imbue Dice will scale off of the Slayer of Evil Imbue, which is pretty good. Yeah, we'll see. Wait, where are we going? I have never started with All Hail the King, but I am today. Well, Laka, welcome back to the stream team. Appreciate the support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you for tuning in. What's up? How are you doing? Yeah, I haven't really done a lot of like prep work on Bow Paladin. There's a lot of things I didn't know that were non-functional. So like as an easy example of things that I was unaware of being non-functional, I didn't realize that Ranged Smite literally never worked. It doesn't do anything. Ranged Smite and Exalted Smite don't do anything. Like the +2 critical threat range and multiplier work. But the rest of it, where it's like, oh, your Paladin adds Charisma to your attack and damage bonus based off your Paladin level, all of that doesn't work. It works on melee attacks, but it doesn't work on ranged attacks. Why? But it is what it is. Oh my god, it's Cruiser Zero. How are you doing, man? How's it hanging? How are you and how are things? How have you been enjoying Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2? See a Saturday stream? Yeah. I don't normally stream on Saturdays, but I want to put in some little bit of extra time today. I'll also be streaming tomorrow, actually. I'm probably going to be streaming every single day until the release of Baldur's Gate. So, Baldur's Gate 3, because I'm trying to finish off Baldur's Gate 2 and put in some extra time. I'm going to be streaming Baldur's Gate 2 tomorrow, and then also Monday, Tuesday, and a bunch of other days this week. Not the whole day, just like part of it. But I also want to get in some... I need to get in some time to play some Dungeons & Dragons Online to get some DDO content prepared for the masses, for people that want to see it. Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, I just saw you playing it on Steam, and I was like, oh, who's playing this game? Not Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, unfortunately, which is, I guess, critically acclaimed. Maybe you're, like, working your way there. You want to know the story before you actually get up to Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance. Obviously. So, yeah, that makes sense. Which makes sense to me. That's what I would do, too. Yo, Smile Life, welcome back to the stream team. Appreciate the support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing good. Comes out, harder work at it. No, you don't have to. Just assume things. Just like imagine what it would be like, and then describe your life to other people as what you think it's going to be like. Oh, you know, what's it like being a dad? Oh, well, you know, it's really tough. You know, kiddos always, you know, you gotta make sure you're taking care of them, being responsible and all that. But that's just me, you know, me, Cruiser Zero, taking care of things and everything else. And then, like, it's like, oh yeah, how old is he? Oh, he's not out yet, but yeah, I'm getting there. Just gotta assume what it's gonna be like. Has the desync improved? No. I just committed to playing Bow Paladin, so I am playing Bow Paladin. The upside to this character is that since a Smite Evil doesn't work in any capacity, it means that I can just use it, or Exalted Smite, for the extra damage and never have to worry about if I'm actually shooting the right thing. Like, oh no, I gotta save it for an evil target. Nope, I just shoot the guy. Oh no, Scythe Maw, get him out of here. Oh yeah, go get Elder Scrolls Online from the Epic Gaming Store. It's literally free. I really like Elder Scrolls Online. It's a fantastic video game. I'd play it more often, but for some stupid reason I decided to start working on Elder Scrolls Online. Not Elder Scrolls, Guild Wars 2. This is Knight of the Chalice. Everything in Knight of the Chalice works with ranged weapons, so I can get the Paladin instant kill that will work on my ranged weapons. Using that instead. Oh, I'm not using Sacred Defense at all. Sacred Defense is for it's for people who get hit, which is bad players. Don't get hit. This is when I remember, you know, I was playing League of Legends, and I was in Diamond, and I was trying to figure out how to top lane better because I played a lot of jungle and a lot of support, and I wanted to try to do top lane. And so I talked to a buddy of mine who was pretty good. He was a mid laner, and I was like, okay, so what's a strategy? What do you think? Like, what are some tips you can give me? You know, to try to work on these like 1v1 lane engagements. And he goes, yeah, just don't get hit. Shit, dude. Didn't think about that. Turns out it works very well. Oh, what quest next? So that's the play. You know, you take the defensive, like, yeah, Sacred Defense is good. You can get the hit points, you can get all the physical magical resistance rating. Yeah, it's pretty good. But, like, what if I just didn't take the damage? Then instead, I can put more points into damage. I kind of want to take Haste Boost from Vistani, because it's good, and Arcane Archer. And I don't know how many points I'm going to have for Horizon Walker. I straight up might not put any points in the Horizon Walker tree, so. Which then means I won't have Displacement. But I'll have lesser displacement, which is like 12 points. I don't know where the fork I'm going. This is why I don't like doing these things out of order, because I'm like lost in the jungle, man. You already have ESO? No, you don't. Wait, or do you? Did you play Elder Scrolls Online? Wait, Cruiser, what class did you play? What's your favorite class in that game? Use your Archer's Focus Stacks? Yeah. You do get Archer's Focus Stacks all the time by just standing still for a couple seconds. In ESO, yeah. That's also what I was thinking of. Because the nice thing about Bow Paladin is it's like you get Ascendancy, so you don't have to worry about standing still to get the range power and stuff. And you get a 200% range power scaling in view, and Bow can easily get up to like 400 range power, and Bow Paladin is over 400 range power, no questions asked. So it's like, you know, 800 range power scaling your imbue dice seems kind of good. Zork, I guess? Nice. Video game's too repetitive? Yeah, me too. It's a good thing. This is why I play Bow in Dungeons & Dragons Online, because like the gameplay is never repetitive. Yeah, every time I deal damage by simply clicking on enemies, and that's pretty much the only thing that I do ever. But yeah, it's pretty sick. It's pretty poggers. Yeah, so I was saying, the standing still thing, the Hunter's Focus. This thing is really, really good. It basically lets you keep 25 stacks, like, in combat. Dungeon grind? Oh, you mean Diablo 4. Where you just, like, log in, and you're like, cool, new season, and you play the same, you like, do a dungeon, and then you do the thing where you reset the dungeon, and then you do the same dungeon again and again until the game is over. You die to boredom. Sorry, Diablo 4 players. I'm gonna viciously attack your character by saying something that's very true. You did the smart move. You got the Diablo 4 beta key by buying a chicken sandwich at KFC. That's a pro gamer move. Not sure if Diablo 4 is gonna be good. Play it by buying a chicken sandwich. Even if the game sucks, you got a chicken sandwich. Yeah, so nearly a bunch of doing story quests. Also, yo, what's up, Kentos? Yeah, me too. I always just played through story quests. I never ground characters to camp. So yeah, we can just go across here. Yeah, I absolutely never, like, ground a character all the way through. Never? I think I might have ground one character through the Alakir Desert. Doing one of the Dolmen farming groups. I think I might have done that. You go, have your health back. Big workshop that made it easy for new players to catch up. I agree. There's a lot of good features in Elder Scrolls Online. It's a very good video game. Again, the main reason why I don't play Elder Scrolls Online more often is because I can't convince anyone to play Elder Scrolls Online with me. If I could, though. Oh, baby, would I play that video game? Answer is maybe. Maybe a little. Well, it's like any MMORPG. It's really difficult to convince your friends to play a new MMORPG. If you decide to play a new one, you have to make friends with people that are playing that MMORPG. This is why it's like so many people just play World of Warcraft eternally. It's not that they really like World of Warcraft. It's that when they start playing Final Fantasy XIV, they go, hey guys, you guys want to all play Final Fantasy XIV? And everyone's like, no. And you're like, yeah, okay. Well, hey guys, do you guys want to try this Guild Wars 2 game? And they're all like, no. And then like, okay. And then they go back to playing World of Warcraft. Because you have to make new friends. You can't like get your friends to change over to another game. Dude, it's all about the Guar mounts. You gotta get the Guar mounts. Back to DDO. Yep, exactly. I actually really like playing new MMORPGs, but when I run out of people to play with, it's like, God. Problem is, like, I'm in my 30s now. I don't really want to make new friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to make new friends as an adult. Like, it's not like hard as in, you know, it's like actually challenging. Because you just talk to people you don't know, and congratulations, you have new friends. But it's like hard in that you have to like go out of your way to like meet new people and to build new relationships. Be like, hi, what's up? How you doing? And then you have to like spend time with them and like build this new bond. But you're like, I'm in my 30s. I don't want to do that. Just don't do it. It's not that I can't. I can make new friends. I have made new friends. It's a nice thing about being like mildly sociable. You know? Obviously, it's a live stream here. My job is to make sure you guys feel like you're my friend. So that way you are like, man, this guy's really cool. And he's like my friend. I want to support him. And you give me your money directly without asking any questions about it. And that matters to me. That feels very good. But So I have those. I can transfer those skills into real life and make actual friends. I have friends, and I like my friends that I have, and I don't want to make any new ones. Yeah. There's social aspects like guilds, housing, and fashion. True, yeah. I did find when I tried to stream Elder Scrolls Online, I would try to stream it. It's very difficult to break into the streaming market there, because I feel like people are very like fixated on the people that they already watch and enjoy. You're going to see that in a lot of markets, but I found that out of all of the different games that I've streamed, Elder Scrolls Online was the most impenetrable. Where like, because it gives you metrics on the number of like new people that have started viewing your live stream. It'll be like, oh, you had X amount of unique viewers or whatever. And like when I streamed Guild Wars 2 or, you know, when I streamed like the Lord of the Rings Online or, you know, I would stream like Diablo 2 or Path of Exile, I would have more unique viewers than streaming Elder Scrolls, because again, the people that watch it just watch the people that they like already.
Dense webs enshroud the base of this huge exotic tree.
Yep. Get him, bud. Get those Dread-Eater caps. The Dreader caps. I'm just gonna raise this guy, right? There you go. I'll just heal this guy. Help him out. But I agree. Also, I didn't really have any social interaction outside of just standing around in town and maybe messaging somebody about a price or something. What is happening? Why can't I shoot this? Alright, I guess I can't shoot that. Oh, I'm like Omega lagging. Okay, never mind. I was like, why can't I shoot this? Yeah, it was just lag. The game was just freezing up due to lag. This was funny. How many people? I don't know. Like, they probably have like over 1 million monthly active users. I don't know what their concurrents are like, but they're easily over 1 million. Let's just say this. It's a little bit bigger than Dungeons and Dragons Online. You know, it's a little bit bigger. But the problem with like being an MMO gamer is that MMOs are like pretty static. There's not a lot of like randomly generated things within them, so you're kind of always doing the same stuff. And MMOs are fucking boring to watch. So like that's the thing I always find difficult is like, even as though I'm a Dungeons and Dragons Online live streamer, I think that one, my brilliant and shining personality, and also the fact that this game is like confusing and impossible to decipher are really the only reasons why people watch Dungeons and Dragons Online. Outside of that, like it's mostly just like running around fighting monsters, which is not nearly as interesting as it could be. For being free now, the game's not fully free. The base game is free, but the base game is almost always on sale. You have to understand, it's like any MMORPG, like DDO. You buy the game, but that doesn't give you all of the game. When you buy it, that gives you access to some of the game, and you gotta buy each individual piece a la carte. Which I don't hate as a business model, because it's more expensive. It costs money to produce new content, so they sell new content for a price. Like DDO quest code? No, there's no such thing as the DDO quest code. They don't give anything away. Elder Scrolls Online never gives anything away. They do free quest weekends, where for the weekend you can play whatever you want. So if you're like, you log in on free quest weekend and then try out like a bunch of quest packs or whatever that you hadn't played before, but then come Monday, that shit's gone. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, people complain about the only complaint I hear about Elder Scrolls Online is the prices of the houses. People are like, dude, these house prices are too high, man. It's too expensive to buy the biggest house. I want to buy the Omega Giga Ultra Mansion, but it costs like $100 real life dollars. It's like, yeah, but you don't need that. The game gives you a free apartment, and you know what I put into my free apartment? Literally all of the things that are effective. So if you want to play Dollhouse, you can go buy the Dollhouse and then go dress it up, which is awesome. Some people love doing that. People love decorating their homes and other things. I don't. My house has white walls. You know why? Because I'm a complete sociopath. All right? So I don't need to have like a place I can decorate and make call my own. I need a place where I can put my armory station, I can put my crafting station, I can put my dyeing station, and that's it. I got everything I need. What? Because I said I'm a sociopath? Hey, man, you got to be self-aware. You know, could you imagine going through life not knowing you were a total sociopath? That'd be way worse. Why is hireling not Nimeth? Some people buy the hirelings of the level instead of buying the specific hirelings. They just go like, I'm level 9, so I buy a level 9 hireling. But yeah, ESO does not have like a free quest code or anything like that. It just gives you the base game. Dude, why are my arrows not hitting anything? What is happening here? So aren't they? Free ones? Yeah, like I said, you get an apartment. But you can buy houses in game with like gold. Like I bought the mud hut in Dalmora, and then that's the only house I ever need. It literally has every single like bit of a accoutrement that I could ever ask for. For PvP, and the PvP is really good. I like the PvP in Elder Scrolls Online. The PvP in Elder Scrolls Online, to be fair, is basically just Guild Wars 2 PvP, but, you know, it is what it is. They're basically the same video game. Except for, like, the mechanics of how they go about it in terms of, like, the character-based mechanics, but the actual PvP mechanics are the same. You have the arenas, where it's team-based arenas, and then you have the World v World, which is this in Guild Wars 2 versus Cyrodiil in Elder Scrolls Online, and those two things are exactly identical. Again, the only difference between the two is in Guild Wars 2, the characters are all about conditions and buffs or whatever, whereas in Elder Scrolls Online, it's more about recovery for PvP. Weird. You gotta balance those two things. They're like pretty close. Like the gist of it is like it's similar enough. It's like the same thing we were discussing yesterday with like Rotato and what you call it, Vampire Survivors. It's not the same game, but it's the same formula. Is Smite still buggy? Yeah. Like, I'm still using Smite, because Smite still gives the crit multi, but yeah, Smite does not do extra damage to evil targets, and it does not add your charisma to it. They're from those WoW arenas? No, I disagree, actually. Because WoW arenas are 3v3. None of these games do 3v3. 3v3 versus 4v4 is very, very different. And both... and WoW also doesn't have objective-based arenas. So... in World of Warcraft, it's just combat arenas, whereas both Elder Scrolls Online and Guild Wars 2 have objective-based arenas. They're different objective-based arenas, but they're objective-based arenas. Where, like, you know, Guild Wars 2 will have, like, the one where you have to, like, crash your way down by... you have to push the payload to crash down the gate, or the one where you have to, like, defend the shoreline or whatever, and all these, like, different arenas and stuff. It's, like... and what have you, whereas, Elder Scrolls Online will have, like... either team deathmatch, domination, I can't remember what it is, but like King of the Hill basically, and those types of points. Some more like, you know, FPS, like Call of Duty adjacent game modes. DDO arenas, could you imagine? I don't think they'll ever invest in DDO PvP. Because there's like no interest in it from the players as well, which is a bigger problem. And by no interest from the players, I'm mostly pointing at myself. And assuming that, yes, I do in fact speak for everyone, and that my word is law. Dinosaurs with so many hit points. Oh, it's stunned. Get him. I love that they swing their arms like PD killed PvP. Oh, yeah, 100%. Epics were so unbalanced in terms of, like, how much damage you were doing. It's crazy. Final bosses of raids have, like, 30 million hit points now. How many health that is? That's so many hit points. 30 million. My god. Damage went up, dude. Yeah, if you get stuck in the DDO, like, arena PvP area, just delete your character and make a new one. The new one will start on Korthos Islands. You don't have to worry about being stuck in the PvP arena.
You see the deranged Ankylosaurus pacing near the huge tree nearby. It seems upset.
Was it 5? I thought it was 4. Oh, you're right. It is 5. It's because I'm used to seeing, because you see 4 names on the side of your screen, which is your teammates and not you. You're right. It is 4. I have this. Yoink. Is no one really joining this dude's Isle of Dread? Oh, he just doesn't have an LFM up anymore. Level 13? I can't. I stopped playing, so you out-leveled me. I'm working on it, dude. I'm going to level up. I'm going to make it to the top. Gonna get that XP and rise. Climb the ladder. Become the highest level on the server. Audio crash issue in Isle of Dread? I think so. I think they've been trying to narrow it down, and I think every patch, more and more people are not crashing, but I think there still are some people that crash. Oh, they reverted it? There you go. Had to roll back? Yeah, so they're working on fixing the Raptor crash. Yeah, it has, like, something to do with, like, the sound DLL or whatever for, like, how they do their sound system, and, yeah. Strength-based, crystal-based be quicker for Paladin. Your Paladin 2 weapon fighting? Oh, for leveling? Just go charisma based. Just go charisma based and take your armor feat at probably 18. And the reason why I say go charisma based is because you're gonna get more damage during heroics because you can just stack charisma. Whereas in epics, you can get more damage from stacking strength with all this, the like rage buffs and other things. But you're not gonna do that because you said you're just leveling. So at endgame, while it's better to go strength based, you're not going to play endgame, so who cares? Did they fix it yet? Well, apparently they fixed it and then it unfixed it. Any fungus in Isle of Dread Wilds? I don't know. I've never bug reported anything in an Adventure Zone. I just look at a funny bug on the landscape and I go, huh, look at that. And I just ignore it. I bug report things that affect gameplay. So if I'm playing the game and my skill doesn't work, I bug report that shit. If I'm playing the game and like a texture's bugging out, or like shit's like not loading properly or something, or like mushrooms like in the ground, I don't care. I just walk past it. It's totally outside of the scope of what I'm interested in as a gamer. And the problem with Lanny Vesta is she's a melee, she's not a healer. So all she's going to try to do is melee the entire time. Well, it's just moving a mushroom. Rage preventing DA ability. That got fixed, didn't it? Pretty sure you can, now rage and use Dark Claw State. Under silly walls? Yeah. Yo, what's up, girl? How are you doing? How's your day going? How are ya? Try. Oh no. Oh no. You hate when that happens. Hey man, at least I'm with you. You know, I'm out here playing Bow Paladin, and Ranged Smite Evil doesn't function in the game, so I feel you on that one. Lightcaster, nice. Are you ready for the easiest life of your life? Weird. The giant bunny hopping around the campfire? Yeah, they're actually fixing that one. So if you like the giant bunny hopping, I'm so sorry, but he's going to the farm now. Yep. What is that? What did I just pull? Oh, that's a ruby. And that's good. Yeah. Was in the mood? Yeah, I feel you on that one. Like I said, I've been playing a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition. I've been having a lot of fun with that. I found the game was like getting really stale and boring because it was like a lot of the same stuff. Every time you go to a new area, it's the same shit over and over and over again. The same monsters, same everything. Then I went to a higher level area, and now it's throwing like all the crazy monsters at you all the time. So like things that were bosses earlier in the game are now just like part of the regular monster pool. And I'm like, okay, now we're cooking with gasoline. Now it's fun. I actually have to make decisions in combat instead of just like hold down the button until the fight is over. It's just nice. Oh, I know Arcaniverse started a petition to keep them. I'm saying yesterday on the Fridays at 4 live stream, Cordovan confirmed that they saw the petition, they get it, that people want it, but unfortunately they have to fix it, so they're fixing it. And it's already being done. And they're not unfixing it. Guys, remember, petitions don't matter. That's why we did the Save DDO petition to add bullywugs to the game. Petitions literally don't matter. I intentionally made that petition, or it would be, or I didn't make it, Ibsen made it, but the petition was intentionally made because it was like, bullywugs, or like petitions are a joke. Oh my God, why is this guy light bear? I know. Go build today. We did things, so my Tempest is scuffed as well. Again, that's why you just join groups, man. That's the secret to that one. My build sucks, join groups. Bullywug monk. Yeah, I know. I'd want to be a frog monk too. That sounds cool. Gave up on frog fractions. Yeah, if they don't add bullywugs thing, I'm gonna be a frog fraction streamer. It's me. No more DDO, only frog fractions. Only frog fractions! Yeah, just get dodge penetration. I'm a bow build, so it's not a big deal. Dude, I bet this like monk is like, I hate chasing this guy down. What the hell? Waiting for this guy to go in. Oh, my charisma. Shit. I actually think I can fix this with the Paladin feat. Hold on. Remove disease. Charisma damage gone. Let's go. Level 1 Goblin. Goblin is a popular race, and Goblinoids are very important in Dungeons & Dragons, especially considering that there could be ties or alliances. I think that what a lot of people are failing to realize is that the next expansion survey that they put out, which, by the way, if you haven't done the next expansion survey, SSG put out a survey asking what expansion you'd like to see next added to the video game. So you can go ahead and click on this and fill out the survey. But what people failed to realize is that that survey is not just about the expansion. That is also going to determine what race we get next. That's also going to be the race that we get next. Which, how do you transfer your hardcore tune to the main servers? You go into the the launcher, so open the launcher where you log into the game, and then type in your credentials, and then instead of picking a server to play into, click the button that says transfer, and then follow the instructions from there. What are you expecting for each? Okay, I gotcha. Let me load it up. Survey monkey. I've already taken the survey. Shit. Anyone remember what the fuck it was? Oh no. I already took the survey. I can't read it. Oh, yeah, yeah, I can just do incognito. Yeah, true. Incognito. Okay. So Astral Plane and Gith Yankee and Gith Zerai, that one's pretty easy. It's the Gith Yankee. Duh. Forgotten Realms and the Lost Mine of Fandelver. I don't know what that is, but that sounds dwarvish, so probably Duergar.
Matching the description of Dora.
Planescape and the City of Sigil. Sigil is the, like, crossroads of the multiverse. That would allow them to do any race they want whatsoever. They could do any race in existence. So the freedom of that means probably whatever they had on the table or on the docket next. Because technically anybody could be there, and because Dungeons and Dragons is about your interpretation, they can interpret the area as they want and kind of go with that. So they can kind of go around there. Forgotten Realms Myth Draenor, dude. I don't know what the fuck Myth Draenor is.
The massive gate nearby pushes open.
Whatever monster's in there, I don't know. Ravenloft in the realm of Lamordia. I'm gonna Google Lamordia. Lamordia. Mordia, population, human, other, 1%. Oh, so if we get Lamordia, probably nothing interesting, and or... I don't know. There's something about a Dark Lord. Couldn't tell you. I'm like trying to read through it, but looks the wiki article is really boring. Dampiers? You could be Dampiers. I think that would be good for the game if one of them to make Dampier for a while. And then Droam, it would be a Goblinoid race. Anyway, I'm pretty sure people are going to vote for Sigil over anything else. So. Sigil's the obvious choice. Goblinoids, yeah. Yeah, a Goblinoid. So you're going to have either Bugbear or Hobgoblin or something else showing up. And you might be like, wait a minute, but Droam is the monster area. There wouldn't be a lot of goblins there. That is correct. But Droam is very close to the Dakani Empire, and as such, it's kind of important for, you know, you would need to have allies in the area and in the region, and so there'd probably be some type of pairing with our characters comboing, you know, kind of working together against the forces of Droam. It would probably be Goblinoids. Yeah, this problem is like, so when I was looking at that thing to vote for, nothing that I would think is cool would ever is showing up on there. So obviously, you know, I think something that a lot of people would want, it would be probably a pretty good expansion, especially to kind of start working on next. The Sword Coast. Sword Coast would be pretty good.
The way into the Commodore's quarters is clear.
Would it be oversaturation? No. Because DDO does not oversaturate the market. So, Sword Coast, that's a good idea. Those of you that don't know the Sword Coast, that's the setting for Baldur's Gate. So, it's a good idea. You know what else would be kind of cool? One of the cool places in Eberron. It would be sick. We should go to Mournlands. That'd be cool. You know what else would be neat? Fucking Arganessen, the land of dragons. You know what else would be neat? Sarlona, which is the land of the Korai, basically, or where the Inspired come from, basically. The Demon Wastes. Yeah, give us some Clash Tar. Again, this to me just smells like they just don't want psionics. The Demon Wastes, which is where they're literally cities of demons that live on the planet that just do stuff. Yeah, and also the Demon Waste is literally on the mainland. It's just on the other side of a big set of mountains. There's like this endless chasm that just goes down forever into Khyber. And there's like all these giant cities that are built there that are ruled by Rakshasa and the different Lords of Dust. They're all a bit psionic. I'm psionic because you can read your thoughts. Hold on, I got this. Cruiser Zero. You're kind of hungry. Not really hungry, but like kind of hungry. lunch and a snack. Oh, so you're telling me that you ate lunch and a snack and you're not kind of hungry? You know how many times I eat lunch and a snack, and then my roommate would be like, "Oh, hey, I just got back from the store. I got these croissants. Do you want one?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I do. Give croissant."
You're one step closer to bypassing the curses protecting the Forbidden Temple. One step closer to leaving the Isle of Dread.
In a fish. Has insightful prism on it. Be more tired. Yeah, I want to start streaming an hour ago, so let's just pretend I made the prediction an hour ago. But yeah. Anyway, I don't want any of these expansions, and all of them don't interest me, so it is what it is.
A steep path leads up to an overgrown ruin.
But also, like, I'm stupid and dumb, so, like, I'll just play whatever. Like, the thing about it is, like, I don't have, or, like, not that I don't want them. I don't have a particular tie or interest, because I just don't know anything about them. So, like, I'm not the right person to vote in these polls, which is why I basically just put, like, I am indifferent in the middle of all of them. Because for me, whatever comes out is probably going to be fun. Like, I didn't know anything about Soulmarsh, and I played it, and Soulmarsh is great. I didn't know anything about Isle of Dread. Isle of Dread's fucking awesome. Look at these bullywugs, man. There's so many good adventures here. So, like, I like that I get to experience all these different adventures I personally hadn't experienced in the past because I played Dungeons & Dragons Online that has, like, all of them. How cool is that? Yeah. Time for another classic adventure. Also, that's probably not the next big expansion, because I have to imagine their big expansion's probably already tied up. I think all of those things sound kind of small enough that they could be mini expansions. I wonder how many people were like who voted for Lamordia. Who votes for Lamordia? And being pinged in Discord. One second. Okay, good. They say that they're wrapping up the Codex storyline with Vecna Unleashed. Yeah. For those that did not play through the Vecna Unleashed storyline on Lamania, don't worry, I did, so you didn't have to. Actually, I'm not going to spoil it for people that don't want to get spoiled, although it's literally the first quest that sets off all of the events. But it involves the Codex of the planes, and it definitely does wrap it up. So far away. Move to the next MacGuffin. Well, the MacGuffin has been Vecna all along. So maybe. What's up, Mr. Lift? How's your lift today? You lift anything good? Anything exciting? Yeah, exactly. What's going to be the next thing I bitch about when I play my video game? I just need to know. What's the next thing that's, like, on the bitch list? You know, where I'm like, oh, I hate this now. Ugh. God damn it, this goddamn story is the same as it was before. Ugh, I hate having to go over to this place again. What, this person's in trouble now too? Isn't there a single village out here that can't help themselves with their own problems? My god. Robble, robble, robble. It's Thursday this week. Insomnia and being awake for 36 hours. Did you do anything cool while you were insomniac? While you had, like, insomnia? Or do you just, like, stress about... Or stress and have some type of existential crisis and it ruined your the following day? But some people, like, they get insomnia and then they'll just, like, work for 24 hours straight. But some other people, like, they just, like, it, like, ruins their life. I mean, it ruins your life no matter what, but, you know. Like, in a more short-term sense. For $1,000, that was neat. Nice. I could go to bed, or code. Kind of cool. Patent stuff coding isn't your day job yet? Oh, patent stuff. Oh, yeah, yeah. Legal, 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 legal. Hey, man, filing patent documents is important. Exactly what you have. Yeah. That's why you gotta, like, read the description for, like, a job that you want, and then take what their job description is and just shove that into your resume with relevant examples. They're like, wow, you have all the skills we need so specifically. It's like, yeah, it's so convenient. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient? Wow. Hire me, please. Give me the money. Yep. No interview, just give me the money. Let's go. Come on. Back up the truck. Go for 3 possible positions. Ah, nice. Yeah, being between jobs kind of sucks. Definitely, for sure. You know, like I said, it's like, I've mentioned this before, but I'm very fortunate in that in my current state in life, you know, if live streaming doesn't work out, which it's been going very well for the past little bit, but if it doesn't work out in the long term, I know lots of people that work at different places. I have lots of contacts. I'll be able to get a job somewhere, but I'll probably have like a solid 6 months of limbo. Because, you know, even if people you know can have our connections, it's like these things aren't instantaneous. And that sounds terrifying. I'm just going to keep building and assuming things are going to go well. They both tell me just fucking lie in your resume because HR and recruiters don't fucking know anything and it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's pretty much that you just got to get into the interview, and then, yeah, as long as you don't lie about your credentials, you're probably fine. Because, like, you got to think about it, right? Not every job. There are a lot of jobs that require concrete skills. Like, you need concrete skills to be able to get to do multiple jobs. You know, right? So if you're going to be working as, like, you know, some type of software engineer, you should probably know how to do software coding. But sometimes the requirements aren't going to be relevant to, like, what you're actually doing, which is one thing. And then the other part of it, too, is, like, a lot of places just have, like, screening requirements, basically. It's, like, the number of jobs that are like, yeah, we need a university degree or a college degree or whatever. And it's like, cool, but I did my college degree in something random. Doesn't matter. It's just a screening process. Because they just want to, like, filter out applicants. It's all a big scam, man. It's all a big scam. Yeah, exactly. Only came out 3 or 4 years prior. Yeah. Yep. It's important. Oh, for sure. That, and also, I will say this, as somebody who was hiring manager for a while for a company I worked at, bro, the number of people who, like, had really good resumes, and you talk to them, and they're just complete morons, is amazing. So, oh god. You talk to somebody, and they have, like, this, like, really good resume, and they show up, and they, you know, they're dressed up, they seem to know what they're talking about, but they're just, like, complete morons. Oh god. One of my favorites is, there was this guy, and, you know, so I'm interviewing this guy, and his resume looks really good. You know, he just graduated from, like, business school or whatever, and, you know, he'd been working for a couple different companies, and he did some, like, small-scale work and talked about his, you know, the different experiences that he had on his resume. And I was like, oh, okay, sounds good. Could be a good fit. So, you know, call him in for the interview, and try to, like, just, yeah, the way that I do interview style is usually, like, you know, 2 to 3 minutes of just chit-chat. Just, like, we're just chatting. Not about the interview, not about the job. Just relax. You want a cup of coffee, you know, we'll just hang out, we'll just have a chat, you know. And then we'll get started with, like, the meat of the thing. Once the person's, like, I can tell that they're, like, calmed down, you know, because they're, like, now ready in the space. And, one of the things that this guy talked about is, like, oh, yeah, you know, he did all these different things. And he's like, oh, he talked about how he had to do, like, this financial and business analysis of companies. Like, oh, I actually had to do a financial business analysis of your company, you know, for, like, one of my final projects. And I was like, Great. That's fantastic. Tell me about that experience. I work for my company, so you should, if you can tell me about it, that's great. What do you know? Tell me all the things that you know. What did you learn? What was your project about? And then this guy, after I asked him that, like, just vigorously refused to tell me anything. He did not want to talk about it at all. He's like, you know, it's just, you know, something that I worked on. It was just for like a final project. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So, you know, obviously, finals project, that's huge. Tell me about it. Tell me about this thing. I had like no answers. So either one, his business analysis was like either very negative or something, or very critical, and he thought maybe that would be bad, or he didn't do it and thought I wasn't gonna press him on it and just be like impressed. I have no idea. Guy was a complete idiot, and I had no idea what he was talking about the entire time, and it was very funny.
Behind the waterfall just ahead.
And I still remember like passing up the chain. They're like, "Hey, this guy's resume is amazing. Well, why'd you turn this guy down?" And I'm like, he wrote this on his resume and then couldn't tell me about it, and then proceeded to like whiff every question after that. Like, yeah, sorry. Now, interviewing is hard, and I get that, you know, and I never tried to be like a hard interviewer, but like, come on. You're interviewing for a business job, and on your resume, you said you did a business analysis of the company that you're interviewing for. How could you not think I would want to talk about that? So stupid. So stupid. Does haste boost, swiftness, and melee alacrity stack? So, yes and no, Ratward. So haste boost is an action boost bonus to attack speed. You have to look at the wording of skills, right? So haste boost, right? It says on here, action boost bonus. So it's an action boost bonus. Swiftness or whatever, like speed effects, like speed, this is an enhancement bonus. So it stacks. Melee alacrity is also enhancement bonus. So melee alacrity will not stack with speed, so it'll just take whichever one's higher. But both of those will stack with haste boost. It's all about reading the bonus, the wording of the bonuses. Be super excited to talk about that if I was being interviewed on. Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, you did this final project in your like in your final year of college, and it was about this company that you're interviewing for, and you know lots of details, and it's in the field of the job you're interviewing for. Well, tell me about it, Jim. Let's talk about it. He's like, nah, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't that important. Okay. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Not important. Don't worry. Bottom of the pile. You have to learn how to see past that. Well, so the problem with, like, again, my job was in business and sales. So if you're bad at interviewing in sales, you're not going to do well at the job. Just, it's an instant no-go. Instant no-go. Sales is so heavily reliant on person-to-person communication. And if you can't sell yourself, there's no way you can sell the product. That's just, that, you know, it's really important. Basically, you know, the main things that we were looking for when it was like looking for sales and stuff was confidence. Are you confident? Just generally. Are you confident in yourself? Or you feel comfortable in this new situation? Are you able to handle this new conversation piece? 2, business. Do you understand anything about business? About money? Kind of important. And then 3, just general vibe check. Because some people have like a bad vibe. Some people can be confident, but they're like overconfident, or they're like projecting. It's not good.
You find yourself in
Just swing for the home run. Yeah, exactly.
at the back of the room while I crest the top an altar.
Like, I don't think anybody, any living, breathing human being should ever go work in sales for the long term, but I do think it's a great job opportunity in the short term. You learn so much about business and how different companies work and how different products are sold and stuff like that. Not a bad opportunity. Just don't do it for the long term because it'll ruin your marriage. I died. Oh, turn on dead! Get out of here, undead. I turned 1 with my 38 charisma. Stupid button. Why is this in the game? Anyway. Yeah, like you said, some people are bad at interviewing, and it is what it is. And that's what I said. Like, I tried to do my best whenever I interviewed people to make them as comfortable as possible. Like I said, spend like the first 3 minutes of the interview not talking about the interview. How are you doing? You know, whatever. Talk about common event that's going on. You know, oh, weather's crazy out there, something like that. You know, things that usually offer them like coffee or water or something. Just be nice. Just be a generally friendly, welcoming soul. Try to be not cringe. Why does Turn Undead blow so hard? Because in 2015, SSG was going to fix it. And then people in DDO forums who didn't know how Turn Undead worked complained about it, and then they never changed it. Sick. It's like one of the best events in DDO history. Turn Undead and Archer's focus? Correct, yeah. Somebody found it the other day. I think it was like Ludicrous. Like went digging and found the actual original thread. God, can't hit this thing. I'm gonna wait at the door. He's handling the other room. I'm good.
You stumbled into the den of an Ettercap and its arachnid.
Oh yeah, this takes me right here. Okay, he's gonna defeat the Ettercap, no problem. I think he's gonna be fine. Oh no, Lanny's going down. Ah, Lanny's fine.
You can see that this door is locked with 3 crests. Surely you will find them hidden somewhere.
What are the dances like? I forgot what the dances look like. Oh, yeah. There, this dance is great.
Your final strike fails, the Ettercap.
Oh my god, I have no idea this dance was this. Wow. This is Wood Elf male. Oh my god, this dance is amazing. Okay, hold on. What's the other one? This dance is not as good, but it's still pretty good. There's so much movement in this dance. Dude, I've never seen this dance before. I've never seen either of these dances. It's amazing. Oops. Dude, it's so good. Oh, stop that. It's so good, man. What is this? I can't dance like that. My character has a good dexterity, so he can. In the full plate, it's a little tough, but you know what? Get it done. Dance better than you do? Because they can also lift 80,000 pounds. That's why.
You slot all 3 crests.
My character can lift 2,500 pounds and figure it out. What's up, Chris? No, it said it's not copium. It's not. It's actually pretty good. Killing shit. Look at my kills, dude. It's actually not that much worse than like a regular melee. In fact, it might not even be worse than a regular melee. That's the craziest part. Look, and my turn undead. Oh my god. Okay, rolling 2 ones in a row is not that impressive.
Oh, why does it happen?
Why is it when I'm like, look at this, and then I roll 2 ones in a row? I hit on a 2. I had to roll 2 ones back to back. Terrifying. Yeah, it turns out you just get so much raw physical damage that you just hit really hard. Pretty much the entire functioning of this character is just physical damage. You doing anything in Horizon Walker? I might have 0 points in Horizon Walker when it's done. The only thing I'm using Horizon Walker for at the moment is I put points into Horizon Walker, cast the Conjure Arrow, then I take the points out. Getting percent base damage added to your main damage, boost your damage. No, thanks. Base added to your main damage, boost your damage. Wait, it doesn't? Why doesn't it? What does it do then?
You take the book from the pile, and also help yourself to any other valuables that catch your eye.
Oh, I love that about old video games. Dude, that's one of my favorite things when people tell me, they're like, you know what? I miss, like, the classic Pokemon games, you know? The new ones, it's not good. You gotta go back to, like, Red and Blue. They're the best games. Like, those fucking video games don't work at all. Literally, almost nothing in those two video games works properly at all, and it's the best. Or when people talk about how it's like, they're like, oh man, new games are so buggy nowadays. And it's like, dude, new games might be a little buggy, but old games, woo! Old games are so buggy. Oh my god. Here's when people complain about day one patches. Old games came out working flawlessly. Yeah, no, dude. Old games were just buggy as hell. You just dealt with it. Oh, dude, there's so many bugs. There's so many bugs. That's why you used to buy guides. I don't know if you guys remember this, but like when you go to like the grocery store or whatever, in like the magazine aisles and stuff at the grocery store, or even just like at close to checkout, they might have like little handbooks that are like cheat codes and glitches to your favorite games. Because they would show you all of the glitches in your games that exist. Sometimes it would be cheat codes, sometimes they would just straight up things that break the video game, because that's, you know, it's how these games were literally not designed, but there's just so many bugs when they ship. Yeah, it's like half the abilities in Pokemon 1 don't do what they say they're supposed to do. Oh my god. Like attacks and stuff. Never forgotten to time? Yeah. Well, it's because only the good ones are remembered. Well, not only the good ones. There's the good ones and the popular ones. Yeah, no, people talk about, like, fucking, dude, Ocarina of Time, best game ever made. Never made a better game. First of all, there's literally better Zelda games than Ocarina of Time. It was one of the best games of its time, at the time. It's been eclipsed. Go back and try to play that 15 frame per second mess. It's a rough experience. But then you have the second part of it where, like, dude, there's so many glitches in that video game.
Your guide explained.
Like, there's so many glitches in that video game. At Games Done Quick, one of the speedrunning competitions, they used a glitch to execute code within the game to add the X-Wing from Star Fox 64 to Ocarina of Time in the video game alone, with no external code. Because the game will, there are ways in the game itself to write data to the RAM. Because it's so buggy. It's like, it's cool, but it's not.
The captive is being crushed by a triceratops
Yeah.
in what appears to be an arena. You hear the sounds.
It wasn't 2 seconds per frame, but the game ran somewhere between 15 and 20 FPS most of the time. Although, fun fact, the menus are at 60, which is cool. Which is always neato. Yes. Majora's Mask is also very cool, yeah. Dude, ice arrows are so cool because you can make the things in the water or whatever. You can shoot the water and make, like, platforms. That's so sick. Oh, dude, yeah. When you try to do... I don't think it's actually in the Great Bay Temple, but I'm pretty sure when you actually go onto the moon, there's one of the challenges is, like, a swimming challenge. And they have this, like, strobing effect that's going on the side of the screen as you're going through the moon challenge. And you're supposed to, like, so it's like a swimming section while the strobing is going on. And it literally goes down to, like, 10 FPS. It's hilarious. Import a copy of your save so you can dupe items. There you go. But yeah, like I said, old video games are like, you know, it's like people talk about like, oh man, friggin' GoldenEye, man, remember that game? Remember GoldenEye? There is a version of GoldenEye you can play on PC that's like 1080p. So it's actually visible with mouse and keyboard, and it's not that bad. Trying to play that mess with a Nintendo 64 controller at 480p at or like or whatever it was it 360? I think it might even be 360p. Holy moly, dude. Good. It's sort of like nowadays graphics don't matter. They're like art style is what matters. Art style is what carries a game. It's the reason why you can have games that aren't like the most, that don't have the highest graphical fidelity, are still like incredibly stunning to look at because of just like what they do with like the visuals alongside of them. So like an easy example of this is like, the shaded, almost like hand-painted style of like the Borderlands graphics. It's not the best looking video game, but also doesn't look pretty bad because the art style is pretty cool. It's unique and it stands out. So even though as things get more photorealistic as time goes on, it still looks good as time moves forward. Except for the N64 era. N64, PlayStation 1, those games just look bad. Most of those games just look pretty bad. Partially because they're at an extremely low resolution, and partially because, man, early 3D was really rough. It was it's like like an Atari game, basically. If you love squares, oh boy, you're gonna love squares and hexagons. You're gonna love the early 3D era visuals. And then by contrast, you have like a game like Yoshi's Story, which is another Nintendo 64 game, but the whole game looks like it's hand drawn in crayon, and so it has this like I said, it's like this crayon aesthetic that doesn't look as bad. It helps the fact that it's a 2D game, and the sprites still look very bad in that game. But well, it's 2D with 2D backgrounds with 3D sprites, but still. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really care about graphics too much. For me, it's more about like the visual style of things. As long as the style is consistent, photorealism is not a big deal. Obviously, this should be obvious. I play games like Dungeons & Dragons Online. I look at like the new Vecna graphics or like the new visuals and stuff on the cosmetics. I'm like, whoa, this looks so good. I'm like, does it look so good? I mean, it's cool looking by comparison. Yeah. Bed 2. Did they start actually look good? They started to look good? Yep, exactly. Again, it's because they figured out the style. Especially a lot of the 2D sprite work got a lot better. What's up, Yan? How you doing? How's it going? It's like night and day. Yeah, especially because they got the shading right. They're good at the shading as well. Putting any points in Horizon Walker? Nope. Probably not. I might put points in Horizon Walker, maybe in 2 places at once, but we'll see. Just thinking about it. And that's why people like old more, is because the new left out features that they loved. Oh, 100%. I mentioned this before, but one of the problems that is exemplified by the video game by a lot of like games that try to recapture old nostalgia, and especially like when it comes to the MMO like sector, a lot of older MMO games and older games in general did not spell out where you were supposed to go. So when you would put this game on your computer, an NPC would tell you, hey, I need you to go talk to this guy. He's west of this village. The best way to get there is to go south of the town, then take the road that heads west, but it's going to be a fork in the road. You need to take a right at the fork, and then you're going to have to take a dirt road that might be hard to see near a tree about 200 meters down the road. And that's the instruction that's given to you, and there's no indication of like on the map where you're supposed to go. You can see the map, and you have a map, and you can mark a point if you want to, but you have to like write that instruction down on paper so you know where you're going, because it's like you're figuring out the world as it goes. Or the game keeps that information in a journal in-game, but it doesn't mark anything for you. The magic of solving puzzles and learning and discovering the world yourself is something that a lot of old games have that new games don't have. Because a lot of newer games just go, cool, you have to go here, and then it puts an objective marker on your map exactly where you go. So you don't have to think about where you're supposed to go, right? So, you know, if you start playing a game, like pretty much any modern MMO, every MMO is going to tell you exactly where you're supposed to go 100% of the time. Oh, is this guy going somewhere? Where are we going? I don't know. I'm going to follow this guy. And so that element of exploration where you have to read the text of what the characters are saying and try to parse what they're saying versus the world around you is a cool little tidbit, and it gives you that sense of mastery once you start to learn and understand and grow with the world, and it's kind of cool. It's one of the features that I think could do well from old video games into modern design, because not everybody is going to sit there with their phone in their hand looking things up, which is kind of cool. And I think that's actually like pretty interesting. I think it's an interesting way to go about it. The problem is, when you look at games that try to capture the essence of the older MMO genre, older MMOs, older MMORPGs and things, you know, you find games like Project Gorgon or Pantheon, which capture the slow drudgery element of the fact that the games were like largely not very fun to play, that the combat was slow, that there was not a lot of options, that it took forever to get your stats back, to regenerate, to heal, to do whatever. They captured those elements, but not the stuff that like made these games magical in the first place, is that sense of exploration. And again, I think it's just people not understanding what made something good in the first place. And it's like, you know, you always have to want to learn from what happens in the past and to make changes. But I think that's one of the reasons why, like, a lot of the nostalgia bait games that come out nowadays, where they're like, it's just like that old game you remember from the past, is they don't like really know what made people fall in love with these things. So they just got to recapture everything and end up just making a disappointing product. So you're crafting a build and wanted to know, what do you think about 3 Monk 17 Sacred Fist? Why would you take 3 levels of Monk? Monk and Sacred Fist don't really share anything.
Judging from the temple's ornate construction and secure location,
It seems like they do, but that just means you can't take any capstones.
Isle of Dread.
In fact, you can't even take an 18th core. And you also lose out on spells. 10% movement speed? Yeah, I mean, you do lose 3% movement speed from the tree.
The curse of the vile tongue has vanished from this place.
It's not something I would consider, but yeah.
Body has been shattered.
The only time I would combine Monk is if I was doing 18-1-1 or something. But even then, it would be like 18 Sacred Fist, 1 Favored Soul, 1 Rogue for like stick Favored Soul, or sorry, stick Sacred Fist. Probably what I would do. Ubisoft does making fun of UI design quests because they don't show you the exact way to your quest objective. Yeah, like, okay, so there was a quest in Elden Ring where you are tasked with, I think it was for Selen, where you have to find her masters, like the original masters or whatever of the magic, and you have to free her body because her body had actually been taken by Celavis. And so one of the areas is you have to basically find these hidden caverns, and one of the hidden caverns is in a wall in Caelid where you just have to hit the wall and then it disappears and leads you to this dungeon. That shit I never would have figured out, ever. I never would have figured that out if it wasn't for like looking up a guide afterwards on how to do it. I think it was somebody in Twitch chat literally told me how to do it while I was playing, because I did it on my first playthrough. Somebody in Twitch chat was like, yo, this is how you find this thing. I was like, okay, cool, sounds good, thanks, dude. But like, that's okay. It's also okay to miss something because you can't solve the puzzle, if that makes sense. And I think a lot of people don't want the idea of missing something because they can't solve the puzzle. They're like, no, I have to be able to solve everything. It's the reason why, like, when I play Baldur's Gate, I've been streaming Baldur's Gate 2, there are a lot of puzzles and things in that game. And sometimes when I can't figure it out, I go, okay, I can't figure it out, and I walk away. And I feel like it enrages people in the chat, where they're like, what the fuck? No, I'm giving you the answer. I say, yeah, but I didn't figure it out, so I'm walking away. I shouldn't get the reward if I can't figure it out. It's going to affect my game experience. I want to have my game experience. Better on staff, I would think. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You would do you wouldn't do Monk. You would do 18 Sacred Fist, 1 Monk, or sorry, 1 Rogue, 1 Favored Soul. After trying, they quickly jump to add-ons for waypointers. Oh yeah, but that's because that's the thing though. I'm not saying that every game shouldn't have waypointers, but that waypointers are bad. Okay, in any capacity. That is not my point. I'm not making that point. I'm saying that is something that is cool about those older video games and makes those older video games unique experiences in contrast to what we have today. That's one of the elements. And having some video games that follow that formula, I don't think is a terrible idea, because you're going to appeal to a niche market that doesn't want to have their handheld all of the time. But yeah, you're totally right. When people go like, oh man, I like, if a group of people think they want it back, they want that whole experience. Yeah, obviously they don't. It's the same reason why like Diablo 2 Resurrected came out, and I was streaming Diablo 2 Resurrected on my stream. And I was like, yeah, check it out. Here's Diablo 2 Resurrected, whatever. And the number of people who were like, oh, this game looks cool. Should I buy it? And I'm like, no. Don't buy this. Diablo 2 Resurrected is a game that came out in 2001. It has really old ideas. Go play Diablo 3. Go play Path of Exile. It's a way better game. Like, I like Diablo 2. I totally like Diablo 2. But, like, once you finish the campaign, it's literally just grinding the same shit for, like, no reason, because there's no harder content. You're just grinding bosses for insanely ultra-rare uniques that don't do anything. What are you going to do when you get Tyrael's Might? Put it on? No. So, like, I can't recommend that game to anybody, because there are way better games that exist on the market today. But I love it, and it's really cool. And if you like that old grinding experience, then you're probably going to have fun with it. It's not. To modern sensibilities, Diablo 3 is going to give you a better experience than Diablo 2. If you think Diablo 2 is going to have the depth of a modern video game like Diablo 3, or not depth of gameplay, but depth of gameplay experiences, like different options and things you can do, you're going to like run dry really fast. All right. Yeah, I'm the mushroom guy in the party. Oh, this is you? Oh. How come you took down the elephant after I joined? So we got less XP from killing monsters. This one is borderline impossible without outside help? I wouldn't say every quest, but yeah, a lot of them can be, because you have to like go back to specific places. Elden Ring actually wasn't too bad for doing quests. There were a couple quests that were hard, and admittedly, I didn't pay too close attention to what Selin was telling me, so I could have found that cavern without like someone in chat telling me, but I was focusing on too many other quests. Like I did a bunch of other quest lines without needing to look up a guide. You're not listening to what I'm saying, Johnny. You're assuming what I'm saying and responding to what you think I said, which is not correct. I was talking about depth of different gameplay experiences. Diablo 2 offers go fight the monsters in one particular area, like in the particular areas, and a few bosses, and then you repeat those in the higher difficulties. Diablo 4 has different options. You have different types of rifts you can do. You have there's like all the different like miniature quest lines for like the whole campaign. They've also added new like campaign areas on top of that to the actual base game. The different seasonal mechanics. Again, there's like extra things you can do in that game that you can't do. Yeah, the gameplay mechanics are very, very hollow, but a lot of people care more about the different types of things they can do in the game than how many different attacks their character can make or the diversity or depth of builds, since a lot of people only play like one character anyway. Also, Diablo 2 does not have that many character builds either. Maybe I'll get some shit for saying that, but, you know, you play Whirlwind, you're playing Shout Barb, or sorry, if you're playing Barbarian, you're playing Whirlwind, you're playing Shout, you're playing Berserk, and then you're out of Barbs. Like, you just take a cursory look over like any of those build websites that came out and be like, yeah, there's also not a lot of build diversity. Sure, you have to put the pieces together, but it is more complicated than you know, equip this item set for 40,000 times damage, which I think is stupid and dumb and bad design. But it's not like there's more builds in Diablo 2, they're just not as clear. Is it not level bad? I mean, I have lots of past lives and stuff. I have tons of past lives. So, does it not level bad? That's a difficult say when it comes to Bow Paladin. I'll say it's better than I was expecting. Not like good. It was better than I was expecting. When you don't get critical hits, it feels pretty bad. Because my critical hits do so much damage. Spike growth is good, man. Yeah, especially if you can actually get like a better bow. It's even better. If I'm being honest, if you're just doing heroics, you can probably go human for the extra feat and get the charisma hit and damage at level 1 and get all the ranged feats sooner. Which I did not do. It probably works pretty well. And Baldur's Gate on release. I'm going to try to. I want to finish Baldur's Gate 2 before I get there, so I'm going to be putting in some serious hours on Baldur's Gate 2 to try to finish the game. So I'm going to do Baldur's Gate 2 and Throne of Ball. The problem is, Baldur's Gate 2 is not a short game. Speaking of not a short game, it is... I don't know how long it is specifically, but I can tell you that I am 20 hours deep into it, so I feel like I'm not going to make it. Want to be quickened? You can quicken Spike Growth. You don't want to quicken Thorn Bloom. Yeah, just right-click Thorn Bloom and just set it to Don't Quicken, and then you're all set. Thorn Bloom is still good, by the way. Even not quickened, it's not too bad. I mean, it sounds like it should be good. You'd be missing out on, like, endgame damage, but you'd gain heroic damage and faster leveling, probably. Command in Baldur's Gate 2. I just sided with... What is her name? The witch in the graveyard. For the hag in the graveyard. To do some missions. There's that. Bodhi. Yep. That's the last thing that I did. So I did that, and then she was like, hey, can you go into the docks and screw some people up? And I'm like, you got it. So I did. So that's what I did. So I killed, or I didn't kill her, but I helped out. It's because I've been doing a lot of the side quests. So it's not like I'm, you know, like I haven't done a lot of content. I've been doing a whole bunch of side quests. So I did the quest for, what is her name? Nalia. I did Nalia's side quest with her whole family. I did, the place that I actually went to, the place I left off and saved was inside Hexat's quest, where you have to like go rob a tomb somewhere. So I'm in the process of doing the tomb robbing. So yeah. Yeah, I know I've got a pretty long ways to go, especially considering the game can technically go all the way... I looked up the experience chart, and apparently you can get up to level 40 in Baldur's Gate 2, which makes me think that I have some ways to go, considering I'm level 11. I mean, maybe they start giving you more XP as you get further, I don't know. Gameplay is what you want to do, which is good. Oh, 100%. And that's as I said, but that's not going to appeal to everybody. It's the reason why I don't always recommend it to people. It's a cool game and it's really fun, but it reaches out to a niche market compared to nowadays market. So like, you know, would I tell people that, hey, by the way, you should go buy Diablo 2 Resurrected for like $60? It's a hard sell. A pretty old $60 video game. It's a good game. This guy iceberged me in heroics? Well, that's good. Best class for no gear at all? Blightcaster or Warlock? I'd say probably Blightcaster. My God.
destroyed. The barrier encircling the monolith
I just was not expecting that. It's a 30 plus in Throne. Oh, geez. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Honestly, I'm not even sure exactly what the leveling up even does for you, so it might not even be relevant to my playthrough to level up. If it makes you feel any better, one of the DDO developers was playing hardcore, and they did on an older hardcore league, and they were doing what's that called? Frosty Reception on hard mode, and Frosty Reception on hard mode causes your character, or sorry, on hard mode, the wit, the hag, or whatever, condescending cadence, or whoever it is, she, on heroic hard, for some reason, was casting acid well because they forgot to take it out of her pool. But I guess not enough people do that quest on hard, so it hadn't been bug reported that much. Or I guess maybe the people that play hard don't know that it's wrong, and they get vaporized by it. And so, the developer in question then got killed by the effect, and then it got patched on hardcore. Classic move. Everyone dies to bugs on hardcore.
Quest received.
Is that your trinket? No, this is a cosmetic. It's called the Elemental Victory, and you get it from the Temple of Elemental Evil. What's up, Neither Terror? How are you doing today? Indigo Skylark. So yeah, you have time to check the video now that you're done with Isla Dread. Oh, I'm good. I'll watch it later. Think. Take this. I take this. I'm 10. So I'm gonna get 10 more
How's
points.
the gaming going?
8 more points. I don't know. How's the game going? I don't know. I gotta use the bathroom. Yeah, I'll be right back. I shall return. Okay, come back. I'm not buying arrows. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Took me longer than expected. I really had to go to the bathroom. If you're playing Inquisitive Paladin, there's no reason to be a pure Paladin. You can easily multi-class. You can be a 19-1 if you want. I don't know what the 1 is. Probably like something for 18-1. Oh. I'm a half elf. Yep. No, wood elf. Wood elf. Because I wanted, I'm doing wood elf because I wanted access to the arcane archer tree. Oh yeah, half elf also gets access to the arcane archer tree, doesn't it?
From down the road, you hear the sounds of harsh growls. The soldier looks up at you, his face strangely pale.
Yep, didn't even think about that. Well, I'm a wood elf.
You hear howling in the distance. A raven cries somewhere overhead. Why would someone put so many scarecrows to guard?
A 41 Inquis, 31 Falconry on Paladin sounds kind of bad. Let's assume you're playing Wisdom-based Paladin when you have access to Divine Might, which is better than the other one. So, like, kind of sus. You know what I mean? Wood Elf is better for dancing. I chose Wood Elf just because, I don't know, it seemed cool at the moment. The thing that I think a lot of people don't understand is that unless your like racial tree gives you something unique, you can kind of use whatever race you want. Like, yeah, there might be some things that are a little bit better than others, but in a lot of cases, it's like, yeah, just do whatever. It's sort of like how, this is going to be a weird reference, but like how in Path of Exile, you can, for almost any build, you can use like usually 3 or 4 ascendancies for it. It's not just one ascendancy that works generally. Because it's like, oh, you can just do the same build, but you do a slightly different way using a different ascendancy depending on the exact playstyle you're looking for. Whether it's more crit, or more freezing, or more whatever. And it's kind of the same thing with, you know, DDO as well. It's like, oh, well, what's the best race? It depends. But you get a lot of flexibility. Like, you know, there's basically no reason to ever recommend playing a human because humans just don't get the same, like, magnitude of stats. But also at the same time, they're never bad. The extra feat can always be useful. Like I said, starting at Paladin, being able to start with, like, Knight's Training at 1, so you can, or not Knight's Training, Magical Training at 1. So you're able to just, like, quickly jump in and grab, charisma hit and damage right away is, like, always going to be a good thing on top of having a feat still. There's, like, a lot of flexibility. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually not going to be taking any of these bonuses because I want the, because this one says, your point-blank range is increased for each core ability you have possessed from this tree, and I need more point-blank range, so I'm going to be spending 7 points here, and I have to spend 2 points here to get access to Arcane Archer, so 7 plus 2 is 9, and then only leaves me with 1 point to get access to Arcane Archer, so yeah. Snap, it's the War Sword Shield. Cool. Viewers, fine. Just a question. How does the Bastions of Ranger help with bows when you're a wizard? What is the Bastions of Ranger? Oh, do you mean like the Elven Dilettante? Where it's like, oh, if you're a half-elf, you can add extra points of your strength to your ranged attacks? Or something like that? The answer is, it doesn't. Because it's only assuming... That's basically a holdover from an earlier state. Where back in the day... longbows only added dex to hit and nothing to damage, and so it would make sense you could add a percentage, like a small part of your strength to your damage. Nowadays, bows are straight up dexterity to hit and damage, so that ability is useless. So that's just a holdover from a bygone era. Main blank from Shirati. Yeah, at level 30. Yeah, exactly. It's no longer good. It's not like it's a bad ability for sure, but like also the hit chance is really nice because it's 2% hit chance as well. Like you're taking that if you, one of the main reasons you play an elf is to get access to that ability. Let me just sell some garbage here. I just have too many items. Actually, I got rid of all my armor, so that's fine. Armor pieces, get them out of here. But 2% hit chance, 2% hit chance, 2% hit chance. That's 6% hit chance plus a precision's 5% is 11% increased hit chance, which is pretty good. No, it doesn't give you more base attack bonus. Well, I think the Shirati thing does. But well, it also gives you... Doesn't Deepwood also give you sneak attack? I honestly have no idea, so that's why I'm going to look it up. I've never taken the Deepwood capstone, never. "20 melee power, 20 range power, 3 sneak attack dice, 4 dex, and you're always considered to be in point blank and sneak attack range." I mean, it's not bad. And it's got 20 positive spell power, dude. What a crazy ability. I like that each core of Deepwood Stalker gives you 10 positive spell power. That's just fun. Oh, free healing. I don't get a lot of positive spell power from my character because I'm not putting any points in those trees, but I do get 30 amp and 30 amp. So I get a lot of healing amp, which will be nice. Something I will use heavily. I should probably go get Greater Hero Scrolls, but whatever. It is what it is. I'll solve it later. Oh, I forgot I get an extra spell. I'm gonna shrine when I can and get my other spell that I need. I want the defensive one. Angel Skin. Angel Skin is good. Oh, the arrow's disappearing? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just try not to think about it, because if I think about it, my blood pressure goes up, and the doctor says I gotta keep it down, so I'm trying to, like, you know, just try to keep calm. Oh, there's a lot of orcs here. Hey, bud. Yeah, arrows disappear all the time. Oh, dude, there's so many orcs. Oh, it's so funny how many orcs are coming. I will say, not having precise shot, so you just kind of shoot at, like, the guy in back and it hits everybody in front, is kind of cool. I don't hate it. I do not hate the fact that when I shoot at somebody, I shoot, like, the whole line. Also, 119 from Cure Light is pretty good. Yeah, the range changes weren't on Lemania. The only thing I did notice is Lemania was generally, it felt laggier than the regular server, so I don't know if it's because they made a change or they did something weird, or if it's the instability of Lemania, which is very common. Your spelling is horrible. Yeah, it's okay. My spelling is pretty bad too. That's not true. My spelling is very good. My ability to type quickly and spell everything properly is bad. I was one of those, like, total losers that did, like, a spelling bee in school, because I was pretty good at spelling, because spelling is just remembering how to spell words. And if you are a nerd and you have a reasonable vocabulary, you can remember how to spell a whole bunch of words. So you want to pretend you're better than everybody else. You're like, yeah, I could spell disestablishmentarianism. Whatever. There still are some words that, because of the quirk of the English language, that are borderline impossible to spell, but you gotta be careful about those. Makes it okay. Is that how we gauge these things? What range changes? Oh, they're making changes to how range works on, like, the back end. So it's like, it, like, lags the game less, basically. It has, like, it has nothing to do with, like, it's just for game performance. They didn't give any details. It's spelled pterodactyl. Spell pterodactyl. P-T. P? How? How did he do it? I bet you can't spell pneumonia. Take fireplace. Yeah, that's right. No details? Well, it's in a tweet. I can go find it if you want. Fine, I'll go find the details. But you owe me one, Cruiser. What? I don't know. This is from executive producer Severlin, Dungeons & Dragons Online. He said on Twitter, super excited for DDO performance changes to hit test servers next week. Optimizations to processing feat lookups will impact missile weapons, spells that create projectiles, and public space regen, to name a few systems. There was no mention of this in the patch notes, so I assume it wasn't on the test server, or if it was, the server was laggier, so whoopsie. Karma. After calling D4 easy, I couldn't beat the level 70 capstone dungeon and then lost my highest level hardcore character. That's true. I will admit that the level 50 capstone dungeon and level 70 capstone dungeons are like pretty challenging content, and then outside of those two things, it's just getting killed by after death effects. That's hardcore in a nutshell. And it even said this, moving the endgame towards glass cannon build seems odd. On the one hand, I don't want a game where my health orb never moves. On the other hand, I don't want a game where I can be killed in less than 2 seconds from full health unless it's a result of not performing a mechanic. Yep. But Diablo 4 is, you are either alive or you're dead. And Path of Exile too, but yeah. A lot of these games just become reaction time simulators. Pneumatic? Getting a spell. Just getting an angel skin. What else did he tweet about? Oh, he tweeted his thoughts about the Diablo 4 patch? Oh shit, executive producer's thoughts about the Diablo 4 patch? I'm curious. He says, it's tough to massively raise difficulty after launch and have the players remain positive. When I was bemoaning the slog, my difficulty comments were aimed at how accessible opt-in difficulty was, opt-in being the key. I think if they made the higher world tiers available earlier and just added a tier 5, they would have done basically the same thing, and the players would be fairly happy because the extra difficulty would have been opted in. Although I definitely don't understand adding hard level limits to opt-in difficulty of tiers and the capstone dungeon. The problem is he fundamentally misunderstands why they made the changes to the world tiers and the experience point game. They're not trying to make the game better. They're trying to make the game worse, so more people will play the better version of the game, which is the season, which is the only way to play the game where it's a better state. They made the game worse to play and made it less fun, so that way people would be forced to play the new season. So on the one hand, he's right. It would make more sense for them to just make it so that you could start, like you could choose World Tier 3 earlier if you wanted to have more difficulty or whatever as an option, as opposed to just nerfing everybody's stats and add like a World Tier 5. That actually makes a lot of sense. That's a total logical thing that somebody who like makes video games because they want to make people have fun playing their video game would make. The problem is, he doesn't work for Blizzard Entertainment, a company where they make video games to appease their shareholders, which is a very, very different type of thing. And when they need to make sure that returning players are only really experiencing one type of gameplay, yeah, it's gonna get a different outcome. Maybe I'm too cynical to think that Blizzard Entertainment would make a decision that benefits their shareholders more than the player base, but I don't know.
The Earth Temple key begins to quiver and shake.
I guess it would be the first time they'd ever done something like that.
Drawn to the sound.
Pay to play more than pay to win? No, you don't have to pay to play the new season at all. It's metrics. If you don't play the new season, you don't see the season pass. If you don't see the season pass, you don't want to buy it. If you play the new season, when you log in, and you look at the stuff on your screen, you can now see the season pass that they want you to buy. And also, if you have more people playing on the new season, it makes the seasonal numbers look good because people are returning to play the new season, which makes your like player retention rate look even better, which is really good when you're again for like your stock market and your value. Look at our player retention. Look at how things are going. Company going good. Invest, please. I mean, it's not like Blizzard really needs to look good. It's not like they're currently in the business of being acquired by Microsoft or something, where they like need to make sure all their numbers are pumped up. I don't know. Wait, they are in the business of, or the process of being acquired by Microsoft, and they do need to pump up their numbers. Oh, of course. I forgot about that. I forgot about that thing that was happening. Yeah. I'm putting the pieces together, guys. I'm up here. You know, I know what's up. I know what's going on. So yeah.
This area of the temple once housed those faithful to the air temple. Now, the air
Gotta make sure people's got their investments worth. Yeah. Anyways, it's just a like I'm just not gonna play Diablo 4 until like season 4 or 5. Like I'll play it when the game is good. When like when the level heads come out and say okay, the game is actually good now and you can go play it, then I'll log in and play it. That's my current goal for Diablo 4. So I'm gonna keep up with the news because it's really entertaining. I will say, more than anything else, the Diablo 4 news is so fun to watch. It's so fun to just listen to people be like, oh, how could they do this? How could they make the game so much worse in a patch? Why? Blizzard, no. I never would have expected this. Not you, Blizzard. I've rolled 3 1s against this guy. 4 1s! Kill me, Kelno. Kill me. I can't do it. I rolled 4 1s against this guy. Take me. Just throw me in the grave, okay? And bury me with dirt. Oh my god. Four 1s and like 8 attacks is not very likely. Yeah, even the computer can't emulate it. It's too hard.
The air
Yep.
temple key, the wind circling the room, rush faster.
That's ooh. Yeah, I'm also really having fun with Bow Paladin. I can't explain to you why. It's very entertaining. Am I gonna tell people to play Bow Paladin? I don't know yet. I'm still on the fence about that one. It is really cool. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. It's just the fact that my character feels so defensive. Because I have the Paladin hit points, plus I got Angel Skin and Righteous Command, so I've got like 52 physical resistance rating. My saves are God tier. And then I have so much physical damage. I'm plus like what, like 60 something to hit? Play Bow Ranger? No.
The prefix says bound. Soon, all will bend the knee to fire or die in their
Buff Bard build, and so far I love it. I made the mistake going Stormsinger instead of Bard because I thought they still get Inspire Greatness. They do not, yeah. That's one of the reasons why you don't want to take Stormsinger. Stormsinger is a damage character. If you're supporting people, you don't really want to use Stormsinger. Which is funny, because I'm going to be making a Stormsinger support build. Bow Dark Apostate? No way. When the new patch drops, update 60, I have a new build for you. So I want to finish this character before update 60 comes out, which is like a week away. Or no, it's Wednesday. What day is today? Saturday? That's probably enough time. Going to be up to all the hype? Yeah, it is. The reason why I say that is because the game has been in early access for 3 years, so people have already seen most of the game. Update 60 is the pre-purchase. So next Wednesday, you're going to be able to buy the pre-purchase of the expansion, And with the pre-purchase of the expansion, it comes with a +1 universal enhancement point tome.
Begins to shake, and a shimmering wall appears at the entrance.
And I need the universal enhancement point tome for my character that I want to play. It's an 82-point build that needs 2 universal enhancement point tomes. It's only the pre-purchase, that's correct. But if you buy the pre-purchase, you should be fine. Or like you get all the access to all the stuff, so the cosmetics and what have you. I mean, if you want the Vecna horse. No, we're almost done. We'll just fight our way out of this building. Let's get out of here. University tree will not be part of the expansion. It is part of the expansion. So in DDO, the way that they do expansions is that they have the pre-order where you get access to all of the content that is not directly the expansion, like a month ahead of time. And that's the benefit for pre-ordering it, because they don't actually do a pre-order bonus in the sense that like you don't get anything extra for pre-ordering it. You're just going to get to play with Macrotech and other stuff a month before it comes out. Sort of like how with Ravenloft, you got to play with Azamar and Visay Night Fighter a month before the expansion came out. Or with Sharn, you got to play with Tiefling and Inquisitive a month before Sharn came out. Or with Isla Dread, how you got to play with Tabaxi and... what came out with Tabaxi? What else came out? Was it just Tabaxi and Tabaxi Trailblazer? We didn't get a Universal tree. Oh yeah, because they gave out autos boxes instead. Oh yeah.
Is your bow on fire because ranged is hot, hot, hot?
Hot,
Fire,
hot, hot.
frying an egg, petrol pump.
Petrol pump. Yep. Yeah, that is exactly why, actually. Yeah, we're gonna see what they actually give away with the pre-order bonuses. I wonder if they're gonna change the price, because it's been 40, 80, 130 for a while. So I wonder if they're gonna change the price. Not saying they will change the price, or that they should change the price, just that they might. We're good.
The stony visages in this room.
Uni tree on Lamb. We're not gonna get a new universal tree. We're gonna get the tome, universal point tome. Sorry, maybe I was confused. I meant the tome. Sorry, the tome. There's going to be a universal point tome in the expansion. Not the tree, a tome.
The wizard following floats
Can that be more? I don't know. Isn't this the mini expansion? Oh, sure, right. Sorry, it's 20, 40, 80. 20, no, 20, 60, 100? 20, 60, 100. Yeah. I remember it. I know how words work. Yes. Okay, I can kill this at least. I like Temple of Elemental Evil, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't like doing the nodes in Heroics. I don't mind doing them in Epics, though. In Epics, you have like lots of AoE abilities. I find in Heroics, the nodes are just tedious and boring.
spell, but he never completes the gesture.
Yeah, so the mini expansion will be should be 20, 60, 100. 20 for the content, which is usually a pretty good deal because the content's usually pretty sick. Like Saltmarsh, $20 for Saltmarsh, great deal. Saltmarsh gives you access to so much content. And then you've got the 60, which I don't remember if it was a good deal for Saltmarsh for the 60. I think they did sweeten the deal because I remember they did that with the first mini expansion of Lord of the Rings Online, which was not good. It was before Good to Bad. It was I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, they didn't raise the level cap, and they gave us like 2 new zones in that game, and the bonus content was so not worth it. It was crazy. It's crazy they charged people for it. My favorite part is I talked about it very openly, how it was like they gave so little content and it absolutely wasn't worth it, and I got it for free. They gave it for free to me, and I still told them that it sucked. But I guess I'm just a shill, man. Great in the future for the difference like we're able to in Saltmarsh. You can, all the content since Saltmarsh will be able to do that. That's a new store functionality. So everything that's released in Saltmarsh, you can do the upgrade thing. And Vecna Unleash will have a raid, yeah. It's mini. It just doesn't have an adventure zone. So we got a raid instead of an adventure zone. Now, speaking from experience, I always want a raid instead of an adventure zone. 13 quests and a raid? Yeah. Okie doke. Sounds good. War of Three Peaks, thank you. Yeah, that's the one. What's next? That's D. Storm Cleavald. Oh, apparently I'm the leader. Yeah, I don't care. Still bad value for the price? Yeah, 100%. The War of Three Peaks bonus bundles and stuff sucked. They straight up sucked. Like, you just compare what they gave away. It was like they gave away like a they didn't even give away a cosmetic. So from the $60 to $80 pack for the War of Three Peaks bundle, they gave a mount and 2 cosmetic pets for $40. I think there might have been like an extra armor set or like a couple pieces of armor or something, a couple cosmetics. But I was like, that's like crazy. I'm like, guys, throw in like a level boost at the very least because it's an endgame expansion or some shit because somebody's paying the money for it. I don't know. Throw in like some premium content, XP boosts, virtue bonuses, something like that. It was like brutal. It was crazy. So then when they did it for DDO, the Saltmarsh was a much better deal. So yeah. Happy to never get another one. Yeah, I can see that. The Ravenloft teleports. I don't mind that much because the areas aren't too big, right? Isle of Dread is not that big. Now, granted, Isle of Dread can be big if you like don't have mounts. So like if you don't have a mount, then yeah, the modern adventure zones are like kind of big. But if you own an adventure pack, you can get a mount. Feywild has mounts that come from the raid. Isle of Dread has mounts that come from the raid. Actually, there's so many raid mounts. You can definitely get a mount from a raid. And then there's also keeping the Borderlands, obviously. It's paid to say the ED would now be free. No. They said the Epic Destinies, as a concept, are free. Macrotech is absolutely not free. I hate the fact you need to pay for that. Like, if you play Arty, you pretty much only want that tree, and it's the only class it applies to. Macrotech is very good for lots of non-artificers. Macrotech is super good. It's really good as a tree for tanks. I'm going to be using it on a bard and a sorcerer in the future. It's pretty good. In fact, I actually don't think Artificer has a lot of great synergy with it, if I'm being totally honest. I think that Artificer is kind of like... because the rune arms suck. So there's this whole rune arm thing in the tree. So it's kind of bad. But like barbarians, single weapon fighter barbarians and paladins and other people can just take it for an extra item slot because they can get they now get a rune arm. Macrotech is going to be very, very good. Yeah, I assume it'll be in the 60 bone tier of Vecna Unleashed. They also might add it as like an extra tier, like, oh, when you fully unlock Morgrave University, it might be there in the tier. Sort of like how you unlock, you know, Feydark Illusionist by doing all the Feywild quests. You might unlock it if you do all of that stuff, but yeah. Yeah, the problem with Rune Arms is the Rune Arm charge speed. As I said, if they change it, so Rune Arm cooldown rate, or Rune Arm charge speed also affects Rune Arm cooldown rate across the board. There's only like 4 sources, and they can already do that. So if they just change that, then Rune Arms will be better, and it'll feel better for Artificer, but until then, yeah. I think it's a bad idea, and I don't like it. Yep, but they're going to charge people for it anyway. I think it's part of VIP as well, but I'm not sure. Admittedly, they haven't released any of the pricing on it, so who knows? They could also just change their mind. Portavant did not say things. All he said is that it was not going to be free. Rune charge speed? No, Rune Arm cooldown speed is the issue. Because Rune Arm cooldown speed is not affected by Rune Arm charge speed, you only ever fire the Rune Arm at charge tier 1. Charging beyond the first blip is a DPS loss in all cases. Which sucks, because spamming the Rune Arm at no charge tier isn't as fun or exciting, because you want to have that big blast. But it's just worse. The only time you let it charge up higher than that is if you have stable charge tier and you're out of combat. So that's the main problem. Like, having more stable charge tier doesn't do anything.
Fire Giant has fortified this area with his personal 6 large crates.
And before you go like, no, you don't know what I'm talking about, Shrimp Tom. No. I did tons of tests with it. Even with the new Macro Tech capstone ability or whatever, that also reduces the Rune Arm cooldown speed by 100%. It is crazy how much better it is to just use, to just go with like go off the charge speed or whatever. Or sorry, to go off Rune Arm charge 1. It's also a big deal because there's an effect in Macro Tech which makes it so you add extra sonic or lightning damage to your Rune Arm damage based on your character level. And that applies the same damage whether you do minimum charge or maximum charge. And then that one makes it really crazy. Where it's like fired at minimum for like 4 to 5,000 consistent damage. Or let it charge up all the way for like 12,000 damage. But you can fire it 6 times in that charge. So it's like 30,000 damage to 12,000 damage. It's not even comparable. It's so crazy. And that's also not including the fact that your Rune Arm is now also applying other effects. Do you have the Crown of Snow on? Cool, your Rune Arm is now freezing more often. Do you have a whole bunch of things? Yeah. I'll go for that randomizer instead of just adding it in. Yep. So yeah. I know it sounds like I'm like negative about Macro Tech. I think Macro Tech's going to be kind of cool. They're just like there's some dumb ideas and or things that don't work properly. That being said, the damage spells in Macro Tech also have no saving throw on them, which is really, really interesting because it means they're very viable for hybrids, and the tree seems to do really well for hybrids as a result. So you don't really need evocation DCs or anything like that to actually get the damaging spells in there to work, which means they work incredibly well for like first life or low life Eldritch Knights and stuff, because you can play like a lightning Eldritch Knight or a fire or a lightning Eldritch Knight and kind of get the extra AoE lightning damage.
Armor-clad giant invites you. Crates are stacked on the terrace at the back of the giant camp. Some bearing the seal of house.
It's very good. If you're somebody who likes caster hybrids, you'll like Macro Tech.
Rear is slain.
They added damage to the Rune Arm blast scale the spell power. Yeah.
Take up the shard.
And it has no save on it either. Geosoric using the Mark and Rune Arm. That sounds bad. So the only thing I don't like about playing ranged is this whole like constantly running backwards thing. There's no real way to solve that problem, but it is kind of annoying. I do hate like constantly running backwards, but it is what it is. So yeah. Anyway, I'm very excited for Macro Tech. I think it's gonna be sick. I'm stoked to make some new builds with it. I have a build that requires both Macro Tech and the Universal Enhancement Point Tome. And I'm also excited for making some cool Artificer builds that use Macro Tech, which is also very cool. So we'll see. Rise of Macro Endgame? I believe so, yeah. I'm still obliterating stuff. This is crazy. Yeah, dude. It's called Spike Growth.
Atop the hill,
You just use Spike Growth and the 2 spell-like abilities, because they both cost 1 damage. So Spike Growth, I literally maximize Empower and Quicken it and put everything onto it, which makes it expensive, sure. But, like, who cares? It's like, oh no, it costs a lot of mana. Well, it's the only thing you spend your mana on, because everything else costs 1 or 2. The other spell-like abilities are so inexpensive. Room from air summon also strips Sonic immunity, just electric, just electric. But Sonic immunity is on like 2 creatures in DDO, so it's not a big deal. Actually, what creatures have any immunity to Sonic damage? Avatar of Dwiblex, ZZ, Sonic immunity? There's like elemental resistances, but I think that's it.
you take up the shard of stone.
Okay, Pure Monk, nice. Howlers are immune to Sonic damage? Orthons are not immune to Sonic damage.
With the elemental wards removed, the dimensional
I don't think Howlers are immune to Sonic damage.
silent pop.
That's sus. I don't think so. They might be resistant, but yeah, they're definitely not immune. I've played too many Spell Singers through Wayland to know that you can one-shot them with Shout. And Greater Shout. Yeah, we didn't get Sonic Dragon Breath, but you will get Sonic Boom. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of making a melee Sonic Imbue build using all the Sonic buffs and stuff. Like Swashbuckler and Sonic Imbues and what have you. And scale just spell power. The problem with using a hammer, maybe a hammer cosmetic. Well, okay, hold on.
All of the rune posts have been activated. Return to the summoning circle behind the outpost.
Does this do Sonic damage? It does. Maybe we can do something with this. I think even with swashbuckling, it's still bad, but maybe. Swashbuckling. DDO. Swashbuckler enhancements. Okay, so swashbuckling on Lighthammer is +2 range, +1 multi. So it would make Lighthammer into an 18 to 20 times 3. Improved crit makes it a 15 to 20 times 3. So you get it at 15 to 20 times 3.
Heat from your body flows into the stone. You shiver as magic gathers in the still air.
Is that good enough for Savior Breaker of Chains?
The giant in the center of
It would be the only Lighthammer build I would ever play. I don't know if... Yeah, I'd have to check if I have enough Baba runes.
conveying some secret power.
Oh yeah, we need this door. There we go.
General Xantalar roars one last
There we
time
go.
in angry defiance.
Neat flavor. It's... Yeah, it could work. I don't know what weapon you would use, though. Or, like, what you would actually do. Because you'd want to be, like, an imbue build to get maximum imbue damage, but then... And you want to scale spell power. So, how do you scale imbues in spell power really, really well? So, presumably you'd be, like, 15 Bard, 3 Ranger, 2 Rogue, right? EK with Epic Storm. Would you be an Eldritch Knight? I guess Eldritch Knight does get a lot of spell power. Epic Storm... No, you can't use Epic Storm with the attacks out of Macrotech, because Macrotech are melee abilities. It's Sonic Booms and AoE on you. You can't bother to have it? Yes, you can, because the dice scale together. Like, you can't have both different toggles on at the same time, but the damage scales together, so you can still take it. Have a ranged version? No. The attack, the epic strike out of it's a melee one. Bard Rogue Ranger sounds neat. What's this build? Sonic damage scaling thing. You can have paralyzing arrows and imbue damage? I mean, that's true. Oh, would it be Dark Hunter or Regular Ranger? Regular Ranger, because you want to get imbue dice. The Sonic Imbue is out of Swashbuckler. It's tier 3. It's called Resonant Arms. Deal D6 Sonic damage that scales with spell power on hit. Oh, yeah, do it. Do it. Yeah, but it doesn't do Sonic damage. We're doing the Sonic damage build, where you have a Sonic Epic Strike, a Sonic Hammer attack that you use, and a Sonic Imbue, as well as, like, cut the strings for even more Sonic damage. And Fate Singer for Sonic damage. It's all Sonic all the way down. Yeah, but the racial Sonic Imbue is worse. You need multi-class for extra dice for your Sonic. You can get extra dice from Dark Hunter, I guess, because it comes from the Wolf, but that's 13 points for 3, whereas Arcane Archer is 12 points for 4.
Cavern is stifling. The braziers and furnaces seem to work relentlessly to
Cosmetic Hammer would be fine, but Savior Breaker of Chains is actually a good light hammer.
open
It's the only good light hammer in the video game,
scattering away.
but it's the one. Donkey Kong's mallet? Yeah, it's not a bad idea. And you just gotta figure out how to get as many. You can swashbuckle the Wiz King's letter opener, correct. Then all you have to do is get it. Why do you want to be a Dark Hunter, though? You already have rogues. You can disable all the traps, and you get evasion. Just because edginess? True.
The lever is pulled, the floor trembles briefly, and you hear a faint echo from the caves behind you.
Build a Notch Splash Ranger for it? Yeah, I don't have that many racial points. I mean, I have a character that can do that, but that character is sitting at endgame for, like, rating and R10 purposes.
Crystals grow in abundance here, but the area is
Going at some point? It's not a bad idea.
marred by the oppressive.
Racial completionist is quite good. Just when your kid is born, just devote a year of your life to getting racial completionist instead of spending time with your kid. Yep. You gotta learn this skill that, you know, any good parent knows and is familiar with. Neglect. Gotta max that skill out. It's very important. Nice. Nice, dude. This is a character. Just join every group and say into voice chat, "My soul is so dark," and then never say anything again in voice or text chat. Join groups and go, "My soul is dark," and then say nothing else. Don't respond to anything. People ask you questions, say nothing. Working on a puzzle with other people, just wait until they figure it out.
As the path slopes downward, you feel the air flowing towards a point in front of you. You cross the threshold of this road.
Yeah, because you need
The campfires.
yeah, you need the spell power and the imbue dice, both of which are quite good. The universal spell power from Eldritch Knight's really hard to avoid. A good way to get squelched? No, it's not. Here, watch. No one's gonna squelch me.
Area below
My soul is so dark.
transport mining supplies.
Boom.
Only battle-weary drow.
And now I don't respond to anything anyone says to me in chat. Done. Easy. Time more wisely? Yeah, exactly.
The elevator cannot be accessed here, but a ladder leads to the level below this.
Besides, by the age of like 1.5, your kid's gonna be better at you than you are at using every piece of technology that you own. Smartphone, tablet, computer, doesn't matter. They'll be all over that shit. They advance very quickly. A hireling is a warlock with me. It's a real human being. It's a human thing.
This cavern is cooler and more spacious.
Sure, you may consider other players as hirelings, but I do not.
Stalactites and stalagmites.
Adversaries, 2 arms. Or intruders, 2 arms. Oh shit. Oh shit, he's too fast. Yeah.
Precarious footing on the catwalk
Anyways.
serves as a reminder of the long
On a real note, don't neglect your children. It's a bad idea. They grow up screwed up. On the other hand, I mean, who isn't screwed up? So, I don't know, maybe it's fine. Who knows, maybe they'll make some cool music or something. You can never know. Where are we going? You can play with other people in this game? In this game? Well, no, you can't. It's actually all bots all the way down. In fact, you're not even... So you guys... I'm not real. None of these other chatters are real. This is just a complex AI network convinced to make you think that you're actually living, but you're not. You're the only person plugged into a simulation, and everyone else is just fabricated to make you feel more comfortable and to consider less about your situation. Dad noises when you stand up and sit down. Ugh. Oh, I do that already. More water. I am thirsty. Lower volume to 50%. Beep boop boop. You can't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. Know your place. We missed an engineer. D-door? We missed one. We missed one. Despacito. I don't know the words to Despacito. I'm gonna try. No, don't do Crocs and socks. It's too hot, dude. You just gotta do Crocs with bare feet. If you're doing Crocs and socks, you probably got really bad circulation. That's not entirely untrue. Oh, a guy did do that. Damn it! It's because I'm not edgy, dude. I'm not capable of being the edgelord that Cruiser is. That's it. Not getting traps? Me? Yeah, bow characters don't disable traps. Dude, name 17 traps Legolas disabled in the movie The Lord of the Rings. Bow guy didn't disable 17 traps. You call him a trapper? You call people bows trappers? Just saying. If ranger characters disable traps, or if bow characters disable traps, yeah, obviously it should have happened a lot of times. There's 8 hours of movies. Okay? You know, I played tons of Overwatch. I didn't see no Hanzo players disable any traps, okay? Let me just say that. Where did we miss one? Was it like in the beginning of the quest? Yeah, it was. Whoop. But yeah, exactly, it still only counts as one. 15 to 20 times 4 is what I would do. If I have no auto crits, 15 to 20 times 4. Oh, I use backspace. You got the Discord greeting? Oh, you did? Here's how you do this. You go like this. You go here. These nuts. There we go. And that's how you get them. That's how you give them the old Discord greeting. I've been having a lot of fun playing around with the Discord soundboard. There's a whole bunch of sounds now in the Discord for the soundboard, by the way. So if you are bored, you're more than welcome to check out some of those. When you're talking to your friends about, what you guys are gonna, how you guys are gonna participate in the church bake sale or whatever you guys talk about. You playing some Lotra these days? You bet. I'm still part of my raiding guild. I've fully geared out my minstrel, and then so I've got the minstrel, brawler, and the captain, and then we've just been like re-clearing the raid and things like that. There's just not a lot of new things going on since the raid's been figured out, so yeah. I just want to access the soundboard. It's when you're in a call on Discord. So when you're in a call on Discord, it's at the bottom of the screen. So it's like once you're in a call, then there's like the soundboard button that's right there, and you click it, and it'll show you the things. Talking to people? Yeah, I talk to people on Discord all the time. That's great. It's a great feature. Yeah. But you know what else is a great feature? Ending the live stream. That's right, everybody. It's the end of the live stream. Whoa! I know that's like so soon. I have a bunch of stuff to do today. I'm gonna go visit my mom in the hospital, and so I just wanted to get some streaming in before then. So that's what we're gonna do. So thank you all for watching. We had a fantastic time. Shift your hand rep barbarian. Right, how it happened to it? It was never a thing. Shift your hand rep barbarian was always bad. However, there is the fighter version, so it's 18 fighter, 1 favorite soul, 1 warlock. It's extremely powerful and omega good. If you want to play it, it's in the Discord. Somebody already posted it, so it's under the fighter section in the Discord. It is one of the best builds in DDO currently. I'll probably make a video about it eventually. I just haven't done that yet. But yeah, anyways, thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye. Eat your vegetables. See you tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow for like an actual long live stream, but just not today.